We have yet another update in the LLM market, which is Gemini 3, their most intelligent model that helps you bring any idea to life. So let's go ahead and try to understand what's better in this Gemini 3 model. So it's the best model in the world for multimodal understanding and their most powerful agentic and vibe coding model. We're going to be testing it out with multimodal understanding and much more in this video. So stick till the end of the video to find out the results, whether it's the best model and the most powerful model for vibe coding or not. So we have the Gemini 3 Pro benchmarks right here in comparison to the Gemini 2.5 Pro. And so far, I have tested out all of these models right here. Gemini 2.5 Pro, Claude Sonnet 4.5, and GPT 5.1, which I did recently. And here they're claiming that on the humanities last exam, Gemini 3 Pro is beating all of these models by a huge leap. As you can see right here, is 37.5 without any tools, and with search and code execution is 45.8, which is quite ahead of these numbers right here. Another benchmark that I really look forward to is the AMI 2025 mathematics, and without any tools, it's on 95, beating Claude, Gemini 2.5 Pro, and GPT 5.1. But with code execution, it's on a tie with Claude Sonnet 4.5, which is relatively very good for Gemini 3 Pro. Overall, you can see it's leading in most of the benchmarks. Now you can see a ton of other benchmarks right here as well, but these are just benchmarks. Stay till the end of the video and I'm going to be testing out Gemini 3 and letting you know whether their claims are actually accurate or not. So without further ado, let's get started with the video and start testing out the Gemini 3 model. Hi and welcome back to Skill Curve. This is Hosham Reyes and we're finally getting started with this video. Alright, so you can access the Gemini 3 model over at the Gemini platform, or you can go to Gemini 3 in Google DeepMind or Vector AI. Is pretty much available on most of the platforms that are associated with Google. But before we start with the testing part, I want to show you something else. So if you go to this documentation right here in the Gemini APIs docs, you can pretty much use the Gemini 3 model, and they have a pretty good and decent guide on how you can embed this inside your code. So you can use the API and actually assess this model inside your code base. Also, we have the pricing right here, the model price. You can see that Gemini 3 Pro Preview has a context window of 1 million input and 64K output, and the knowledge cutoff is 2025, and it's going to cost you $2 and $12 for output. Then we have the Gemini 3 Pro Image. Its context window is 65K and 32K out, and the same knowledge cutout date, and the text input is only going to cost you $2, but the output is around $0.134. And you can see a little note right here that pricing is per 1 million tokens unless otherwise noted, which means that this $2 pricing is for 1 million tokens of Gemini 3 Pro preview input. And for the image models, pricing varies by resolution. So that's that. Now you can go ahead and embed this API into your code base. You can even build your own chatbot on your website, or you can do pretty much cool stuff with these APIs. So that was something that I wanted to tell you guys. Now let's go back to our testing portion and let's get started with the testing. All right, so for the first test, I'm going to test out its multimodal understanding, and I'm going to give it a stress prompt, and I'm going to tell it that it's being tested for multimodal understanding, and I will be uploading one or more image, which I have right here. The street view image. Its task is going to identify everything important in the image. Let's say objects, people, text, UI elements, charts, layouts, environments, everything. And then extract everything, even the intent, purpose, and tone of what this creator wants to convey in this image. And then extract everything and return as a final JSON. I have the JSON format right here. So this was a prompt that I've tested out on multiple models out there, and I'm really excited to test this out on Gemini 3 Pro. So let's go ahead and hit enter. So there you go. This is all the thinking or reasoning right here. Is actually evaluating and creating output. So we have the JSON output right here, which is quite good. So let's go ahead and minimize that. So the description is a vibrant eye-level perspective of a busy intersection in a major American city identifiable as Chicago due to the elevated train tracks. It actually went on and scanned everything, even the details about the train track we have right here. Pretty good. Here you can see the extracted text from the image: Bank of America, corner bakery, road construction. You can see all of that right here. So if you zoom in this image, you can see this is Bank of America. This is barely visible, but Gemini actually went on and extracted that text. This is quite good. Even it's hard for me to read what's there on the billboards, but Gemini actually extracted all of that, and we have this right here. This is road construction ahead boards that we have here. Pretty good. Then we have the inference, the location is Chicago, Illinois, inferred from the elevated tracks. Then the time is midday to early afternoon based on the lighting and the intent. The photographer likely intended to capture the energy and density of buildings to draw the eye toward the elevated tracks in the distance. And the atmosphere is busy, commercial, and energetic. This was a complete pass, I would say, the multimodal understanding, and to completely deliver an output for a stress prompt just like this one, where you have tons of different information and you have to extract each information and deliver it in an organized manner is quite tough. And Gemini 3 Pro did it within a couple of seconds. This was absolutely fantastic result. Let's go ahead and now move forward with the vibe coding testing. And for that, I'm going to be enabling another tool, which is Gemini Canvas, because I want everything to be built right inside Gemini application so I can test it out. So let's go ahead with the second prompt. I'm going to open up a new chat here. So there you go. We have the prompt for the second test where I want to build a calorie counter and a calorie budget planner. This is for everyone out there who is serious about their fitness and want to track their calories. So we should be able to add snacks, breakfast, lunch, and dinner info of what we ate. And this should be a quick add button by clicking which we can actually add anything custom, and the macros should be fat, carbs, and protein. So there should be a button by clicking which AI can analyze the macros of the food as well. So let's say if you do not have the information about the macros in a certain food, you can just explain the food and let the AI analyze. All right, so there you go. We have the results out, and you can see we have the dashboard overview right here. Then we have the functionality to add food by clicking on add, and we can do the AI power as well, adding food through AI. We have that functionality as well. Let's go ahead and try out to add a food. So in my breakfast, now let's say I do not know how many calories are there and what are the protein and carbs and fats. So let's go ahead and go to the AI analyze section, and I'm going to say 6 whole eggs and analyze with AI. There you go. It went on and added the calories right here, the protein, the carbs, and also the fat. This is amazing. All right, we added the breakfast, but that was pretty simple, right? 6 whole eggs. What if we have something complicated? So let's say I have a medium bowl of yogurt and 2 bananas added to it and half a tablespoon of honey. So how does the AI calculate the calories there? So I'm just going to go ahead and analyze with AI. There you go. It's analyzing. All right. So we have the food name, we have the calories, the protein, the carbs, and the fat, and I can add the food. There you go. So you can see it calculates the total eaten calories and also all the macros here, protein, carbs, and fat. This is really great. I think this might as well be a really good and useful practical application that we can actually publish after a few iterations. So I'm just going to go ahead and run second iteration here where I'm going to give it the prompt to make a BMI calculator or something where we can calculate how many calories do we need. So it's going to ask me about my weight, my height, and also my target goal. And then it's going to give me a calorie surplus or a calorie deficit diet. So let's go ahead and do that. I have the prompt here. The functionality so far is great. Now we need to add more modules. So there should be an actual calorie planner where it asks questions like height, weight, activity, and the goal to suggest a calorie surplus or deficit diet target. So let's go ahead and actually wait for the new features to be embedded in this application. So there you go. We have this new planner right here. So let's go ahead and actually try to plan my calories. So I'm a male, let's say 23. My height is 181 and my weight is 65. So let's go ahead and add my activity level. So I'm moderately active. I exercise 3 to 5 times a week and I want to build muscle. So according to this AI, my daily target should be 3090 calories per day to actually gain weight. I can use this plan, click here, and now you can see we have a new target. We can see right here and we can start logging in our calories and track them. So this was an amazing application that we built within a couple of minutes using Gemini 3 Pro. So this was the second test where we wanted to try out its coding capabilities because at the start of the video, we were talking about how Gemini 3 is going to be better at multimodal understanding, and they were claiming that it's most powerful in vibe coding. So we tried out the multimodal understanding test, and we also went on and tested out the vibe coding. And yes, it is mind blowing. So, with that said, I want to wrap this video up. If you want me to go in depth with the testing, or if you want me to build something using Gemini 3 Pro and vibe code a full stack application from scratch, do let me know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, ring the notification bell to never miss out on the daily updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Till then, stay curious and keep exploring.